Alright, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone at Rule Well, and Shalom to you, Akim, that are teaching this word around the globe with faith and truth and sincerity. This is the brother Caleb from the GMS London Forecasters Camp, coming back at you with another lesson to edify the Lord's elect. As always, I like to begin by saying, we are the real Hebrew Israelites, and the real Israelites, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, West Africans predominantly. However, you are going to find Israelites that are scattered amongst the other nations, because we as a people have been scattered amongst all people. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite, no matter what you may look like, because the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18 states that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So I've got a little lesson I want to get into here, because I was out at the camp with the older brother yesterday, and while we was teaching, for some reason this song kept coming into my mind. Now, I was born in the early 80s, so this is a song I used to hear a lot when I was growing up, and it's called Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent. And it's a song by a woman here called Gwen Guthrie. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the lyrics of this song, because I think the reason why this came into my mind is because we were talking about the state of this society and how, you've got these mandates being made that you've got to take this serpent's juice, right? And the way the elder brother was saying is, you've got to take this J.A.B. You got to take this J.A.B. So the way this song goes, right, I'm not going to play this song because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but Lord willing, I'll put a link in the description. This song came out in the early 80s. The lyrics of the song, ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me. Well, now we're living in a time where Esau's saying you got to have a J.A.B. if you want to be with him and have a part in his society. So that's why this song was playing in my head yesterday. And when I got home, I was meditating on it, and I was thinking back, I'm thinking, damn, this is actually quite a wicked song, because it's one of these feminist anthems, man. One of these feminist anthems. What Esau does, every so often, he gets some flipping bugged out black woman to sing one song about female empowerment and how the woman don't need no man and she can do better without him. Every so often, this fucking shit comes up, man. And it's like it comes up every so often. Like, this was in the 80s. You had Gwen Guthrie, Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent. Then you had Janet Jackson, What Have You Done For Me Lately? Then in the 90s, you had that song by TLC, No Scrubs. Then in the early 2000s, was it 2006, 2007, Beyonce comes out with Irreplaceable. I could have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. Baby, you must not know about me. You must not know about me. Talking about how she can have another man in a minute. Then later on, she's singing shit like Single Ladies. Now, moving on a bit further, you had Nicki Minaj and Super Bass. Then what have you got? Who's the in thing now? Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion with their WAP. It's just been an ongoing thing where Esau's been pushing this flipping empowered black woman agenda, because he knows it destroys the household. But let me get into this one, right? Because this is an old school cut for those of you who may know of it. If not, as I said, Lord willing, I'll put a link in the description, right? So the song's called Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent. But check these lyrics, right? It says, bill collectors at my door. What can you do for me? Hey, no romance without finance. No romance without finance. Now, come on, man, use your head, man. That's kind of like what a prostitute would say. No romance without finance. And, we've broke down many times that the women of this world pretty much are nothing but low-level hoes and prostitutes themselves anyway. But songs like this embed this wickedness in the woman's mind, and they call it female empowerment. Let's check these lyrics, right? It says, boy, nothing in life is free. That's why I'm asking you what you can do for me. I've got responsibilities. So I'm looking for a man who's got money in his hands. Now let's break this down, man. When this woman's talking about I've got responsibilities, a lot of the so-called black women, man, they're dealing with multiple men. So when they're dealing with multiple men, they're raising multiple men's seeds. So when you come on the scene now, this woman's looking at you to provide for her and her seed that she's had by other men. So she's looking for you to be responsible for her and another man's child. So this is all madness and confusion, man. The scriptures say, let all things be done decently and in order. And if a woman's got another man that she's dealt with before you, that's not in order. Technically, she's married to that man, so that man's supposed to be raising his seed. You're not supposed to be raising some next man's seed, right? Let's keep going, because nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You've got to have something if you want to be with me. Oh, life is too serious, love's too mysterious. A fly girl like me needs security, 'cause ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J.A.B. if you want to be with me. Nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me. So let's keep going. It says, no romance without finance. I said, no romance without finance. Verse 2 goes, boy, your silky ways are sweet, but we're only wasting time if your pockets are empty. I've got lots of love to give, but I'll have to avoid you if you're unemployed. Oh, because nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You got to have something if you want to be with me. Once again, oh, life is too serious, love's too mysterious. A fly girl like me needs security, 'cause ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me. So that's the mantra they're pushing, right? Once again, she's saying no romance without finance. I said no romance without finance. Once again, no romance without finance. Once again, repeat that. Oh, you look good to me. Your silky ways are sweet, but your pockets sure look empty. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. So this song, right? All it's basically telling you is that I'm looking for someone to pay for my ass. Essentially, I need someone to pay for my ass, and that's again the mantra of the prostitute. At the same time, realistically, a man should be able to provide for his woman in a righteous setting, but we're not living in a righteous setting, and the women are out of order and they're self-willed. Now, the funny thing about this song is that this woman ain't even hot either. I mean, if I just pull her up here, she ain't no flipping oh man, I mean, so it's like I'm gonna put it full screen, but like, she, she ain't in no hot shape, man. Typical, a girdle instead of a rent. Sorry, a rent instead of a girdle where her stomach is and shit, man. I mean, she's all out of shape and mash up, and that was in the 80s. But again, you've got these low-level women who think that their shit don't stink and that they're the flyest thing on earth, when really they're only like on a scale of 1 to 10, scraping a 1.5. But yet Esau's empowered these women. Now, not to get too into that, the point of why I want to do this lesson, yeah, the woman's out of order, we know she's out of order, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this song's wicked, we know that, blah, blah, blah. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because of the lyrics. Go back to the lyrics, where are we at? It says, ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me. Well, we're going to swap one letter out there. Because ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J.A.B. if you want to be with me. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J.A.B. if you want to be with me. So the reason why I'm saying J.A.B. is because of these vaccine mandates. A lot of people are losing their jobs now, especially in America, because of Biden's mandates, right? So a lot of the women are talking to their men saying, look, man, ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J.A.B. because we need that money, man. We need that bag. So if you lose your job, I'm leaving you. That's the situation a lot of men are going to find themselves in the times to come. You're going to find out what your woman's really about, because ain't no woman want to go through hell with you, man. Women ain't built for adversity. They're built for comfort. So once they see their comfort being diminished, they're going to drop your ass faster than a hot potato, quicker than a hot rock. And this is real, man. This is real. But again, It's funny how these things come back around, because as I said, this song came out in the 80s, and now it's come back to the forefront of our mind because of what's going on in the world today. So, what are we going to say about this? What precepts do I want to bring out on this? Let me think. Yeah, get the mark. Get the mark. So, what we got? Revelation, the 13th chapter. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So I'm going to talk about the vintage failing. Bear with me a second. The vintage shall fail, gathering shall not come. Right. So I want Isaiah 32 and verse 10. Right. 32 and 9 actually. Isaiah 32 verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, and give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail and the gathering shall not come. So all this flipping trying to save up all this money and get your nice jobs and all this shit, all that shit's gonna fall apart, man, because what did the scripture say? Riches profit not in a day of wrath. So there's a lot of women out there who think that, as I say, they think their shit don't sink. They think their shit don't sink, right? I keep saying their shit don't sink because their ship is sinking. Two sentences I'm trying to say at once. Let me slow down. These women think they're fly and they think their shit don't sink, but the ship they're on is beginning to sink. You know, because the woman, especially the so-called nigger woman, the so-called black woman, she has been in league with Esau, and Esau's been blowing smoke up her ass for the longest time to make these women think that they can do bad all by themselves. I don't need no man. So when they see you, an Israelite man, they look down on you. They think this guy ain't shit. He can't do nothing for me. He's below me. I'm better than him. I earn more than him. I've got my own house. I've got my own car. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. That kind of all that wicked philosophy Eve has been entertaining, right? Now she's going to have to pay the price for that because she's been in lockstep. I use that term. She's been in lockstep with Esau, tag team partner with Esau. When Esau's coming off the fucking top rope with his elbow drop on Jake, we have to take that shit. And then the so-called black woman, she's lining up ready to give us another flipping leg drop after that. You know, they've been flipping beating the Israelite down, man, for the longest. But now the script is being flipped, and the Israelite man is being put back in his right mind, coming back to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and his truth, and we're rising up. And guess what? Esau's falling, and because Eve is flipping been holding hand in hand with Esau, she's falling too. So let's read this again. Isaiah 32 verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, and hear my voice. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. Yeah, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. See, women have been at ease in Esau society. Be ye troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you, make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Yeah, they're gonna lament for those things in the times to come, because we're entering some times of great tribulation for Jacob, man. Famine, pestilences, the sword, insurrections, natural disasters, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes, sedition in the streets, wild beasts roaming in places that you wouldn't expect to see them before, cannibalism, you know, martial law troops, boots on the streets. We're coming into all them times now, man, and it's gonna be a great time of great tribulation. So for all you women that are thinking, yeah, ain't nothing going on but the rent, you need to have a J.A.B to be with me. You ain't gonna be saying that in them days because the grinding's gonna cease, man. All these jobs are being stripped away anyway. And that's the reason why Biden's doing what he's doing, because this is about destroying the middle classes and only keeping the power with, like, you know, a few elite companies, and all the middle of the road companies, like, you know, independent businesses, they're going to be fucking through. That's what this is all about. This isn't about some flipping thing that's going around, the thing that you can't speak on, the thing which you can't speak on YouTube, otherwise they'll clip your video. See, this is all some fucking bullshit, man. All some fucking bullshit. But again, this is the will ultimately of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. Esau's just playing his part. And you women that have believed in this system, believed in the beast, made yourself in league with the beast, guess what? Your ass is through. You're gonna get a flipping rude awakening, man. So where you thought you could be running a man down, singing these stupid ass songs, what have you done for me lately? Janet Jackson and, as I said, TLC, No Scrubs, these fucking feminist anthems. Beyonce Irreplaceable, and the other one I was talking about, Single Ladies, all these flipping songs, man. All these feminist anthems that have puffed up your heads to the point where the so-called black woman's head is so big that you can't even live in the same house as that woman, man. Her head flicking, the size of her head occupies every damn room in the house. I made a joke to the brothers the other day, man, about this type of thing where one of the reasons why you can't share a house with a so-called black woman, because their head's so big, man. If you want to talk to her, you have to stand outside the house and shout through the window because there ain't no room in there for you and her ego. But yeah, man, just a quick lesson. It's funny because, as I say, how you can take one letter out of that song, nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J.O.B if you want to be with me. Well, guess what? Now it's, if you got to have a J.A.B if you want to be with me. So yeah, man, funny how things turn around, eh? But still, Lord willing, I hope this was edifying. Giving all praises, honor, and glory as always unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to you, Akim, that are teaching this word with faith and truth and sincerity. Lord willing, I will put the link to that song in the description box of this video. So if you want to listen to that song and get a bit, fed up, it's an old cut, but it's still fucking irksome. And I remember when that song came out, man, it was pumping everywhere, and it had that flipping bass line, dun 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 dun, like this hard hitting bass line, as if this woman's got something really important to say, and that every man's got to flipping stop his mouth, get on his knees and listen because, oh, the black woman, the black woman's talking, you better be scared. She's telling it as it is, she's dropping it like it's hot. Nah, fuck that shit, man. Some fucking fully bullshit. And when you're blessed with the knowledge of this truth, thankfully you can see through this crap. And at the end of the day, this crap is gonna be put out of the earth, man, because the time is coming where, as Apostle Ramnam said, the Israelite man has been beaten down for far too long. Now we're coming into the time when it's time for the Israelite man to be pampered, for him to get his shine, and for other people to serve him. And ain't no woman going to be singing shit like this in the kingdom of heaven, man. So with that, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and shalom to you, Akim, teaching this word with faith and truth and sincerity. To the next lesson, Lord willing, I say shalom, wa ababa wa kameshu Allah. Shalom for now.